the Devotion Skateboard Company at her side. Will Cora Jade's childhood dream be reached, or will it become a nightmare?
Well, listen, here's the thing. Does the dream turn into a nightmare tonight? Things can change very, very quickly in this game. This is a fantastic entrance thanks to the addition of the Devotion Skateboard Company, Dallas's very own. But this might be as high as it gets this evening for young Cora Jade. I get it. Sometimes in this industry, you feel untouchable, you're riding a high, but the next minute, you are crushed under the boots of someone like Mandy Rose. Be very careful what you wish for, Cora Jade. Mandy Rose is out for blood tonight. Okay, let me start here. I don't need to be happen. Here's my issue. Okay.
Put a quarter in the ride.
To me, it is completely unfair that both Kaylee Ray and some other members of this matchup are even involved this evening. First of all, Cora Jade, she got her opportunity thanks to goading and attacking our champion Mandy Rose. That, to me, should never have been rewarded in the first place. But we had ourselves a singles match, which was fine. But then Shirai and Kaylee Ray together won the Dusty Cup, supposed to get themselves an opportunity at the women's tag team title, somehow parlaying that into an opportunity at Mandy Rose's women's title. And now we've got a fatal four-way match. What a disaster. Let's have some consistency from management and stop treating Mandy Rose so disgracefully.
Well, there is Shirai, the partner of Kaylee Ray, and all I heard from you was just a bunch of excuses that you've already written down for Mandy Rose.
No,
that's all you had was excuses.
No excuses whatsoever. I like the rules to be implemented correctly.
You do?
I don't like people. No, don't you start with me. Don't you start with me, Vic Joseph. There's a certain purity to this industry. I like the opinions of Imperium on that.
Is Shirai, though, all honesty, is she the favorite in the matchup?
A lot of people certainly think so. I've seen the whispers on social media. She's the most decorated champion at NXT. She's a former women's champion, former tag team champion, won the Dusty Cup too. But she's not the fave as far as I'm concerned. The champ is the fave.
The champion has no advantage in this matchup. There's no count out, there's no disqualification, but the
being Mandy Rose is an advantage in itself. Watch and learn. Do you recognize that podium, Vic Joseph? You said some little, I don't know, bad news. Yeah, guess what? I had a personal request from Mandy Rose if I could loan her.
Stay 50 feet away from her, 500 feet away from her, 1,000 feet away from her.
Wasn't like that at all. We're very close. She asked me if I could loan her my scissor lift that I used to use for bad news, and guess what? I would say she looks resplendent on it. Well, of course I accept it because that's what close friends do. The rest, as they say, is history.
Well, as I was saying, it's not all good news. It's actually some bad news for Mandy Rose because she does not need to be factored in the decision to lose her title here tonight in what already has been a great night, so to speak, for Toxic Attraction.
Well, it's been an absolute tragedy that she was forced into this position in the first place. But like an angel waltzing down the aisle, we know how pure Mandy Rose is. We know how dominant she has been as a champion. And of course, she's always been willing to take on all comers. And tonight, she is going to cement her legacy here in NXT in the most difficult circumstances of all against three tremendous opponents.
Well, take a look at the brand new NXT Women's Championship. Will it still be in the hands and around the waist of Mandy Rose come the end of the night?
The following contest is a fatal four-way match for the NXT Women's Championship. Introducing the challengers. First, Cora Jade. Next, Kaylee Ray. And Shirai. And their opponent, she is the NXT Women's Champion, Mandy Rose.
Will you sit down? You don't need to give Mandy Rose a sit down.
Show some respect, show some class for once in your life. You're supposed to respect champions. You know nothing about that, Vic.
These four women sit atop as the best NXT has, but I will ask you this. Mandy Rose wins, let's play hypothetical. Should she be considered among the best NXT has ever produced?
What do you mean if she wins? First of all, yes, she's going to win. Hang on, I don't like the look of this at all. It's supposed to be every woman for herself.
Yeah, well, when you talk as much trash and as does much bad things as Mandy Rose had, you got a target on your back.
Yeah, well, hats off to Mandy Rose for fighting them off initially. That's it. Take it to the outside. Take a little breather. You mentioned that. Is Mandy going to be considered the best if she wins? As far as I'm concerned, she's already on a par with the likes of Rhea Ripley, Charlotte, Sasha Banks when you compare their reigns as NXT Women's Champions. The difference is none of the above had to transition from Raw or SmackDown to NXT. Mandy Rose had to reinvent her look, her attitude, her in-ring style. That's an attitude right there.
Now look at the attitude on Cora Jade. Whoa!
Herein lies the issue in a fatal four-way matchup. There are no one-on-ones. Always keep your eyes on all three opponents.
Here you see Kaylee Ray. Is she the wild card in this match, so to speak?
Well, wild is certainly the right word. When you bring up the scary Queen of Scots, she is as wild as they come. Crazy Scotswoman, prone to smashing up everything within her reach, including opponents, if needs be. But here's the deal, the caliber of Kaylee Ray is completely unquestioned. I'm getting a little nervous here.
Yeah, I'm getting a little
Too close for comfort, ladies. I need my own personal security.
And now, Kaylee Ray, again, the forever champion in NXT UK, one of only four women to hold the NXT UK Women's title, but now this certainly is a showdown in this matchup.
Here we go, the Dusty Cup champions beneath each other's pockets for the past 6 weeks. We're about to witness how quickly friendships break down when gold is on the line.
Standing Liver still trending #1 throughout the United States. The backside looking for a new champion. And, just able to roll through. And again, these two women have learned so much about each other, the ins, the outs. What the other does so well is another counter, another near fall.
I'm still in shock that Shirai actually admitted that she liked another human being, and of all people, it was Kaylee Ray.
I wonder how Zoe Stark feels about that. I'm certain Zoe Stark somewhere looking on at this matchup.
Yeah, of course. I'm sure she has a little jealousy because Shirai never once admitted to liking Zoe Stark.
I think it was an unspoken bond between the two.
No, it's quite literally, I don't like you. That was the quote.
Right now, whoa! Looking for that fake kick, no one home, and Rose from the outside. Again, no countouts, no
nice from Mandy Rose. Calling out something new from her arsenal. That's what I like about Mandy Rose. As technically proficient as she is, she can get down into a brawl in a heartbeat.
That's all you like about Mandy Rose.
I don't know what you mean.
I already beat you.
Oh, and yeah, Rose, again, talking so much trash. That is why there's a bullseye on her back. And look, how tough is it going to be for Mandy Rose to retain her title here tonight?
Well, it's going to be incredibly tough with a marauding Cora Jade swinging fists at your forehead. But once you get through that, of course, there is no champion's advantage here. Doesn't need to be pinned, doesn't need to be submitted to lose her women's championship here. That is the worst nightmare of any champion in this industry.
Well, Cora Jade talked about the dream to be champion. After she held the NXT Women's title for the first time, it has consumed her as off with a spine buster. Cover, count Kaylee Ray there quickly to break things up.
Yeah, smart from Kaylee Ray. She really is a veteran in this particular matchup. It was done all over in Europe. Really gaining some momentum
But now
here
back
in
in the
NXT
ring,
too.
Mandy Rose has taken out the Women's Dusty Cup champions and is focused now on Cora Jade.
Yeah, and for me, no disrespect, Cora Jade has to be the weak link in this matchup. She's the youngest, just 21 years old, quite incredible. She's achieved what she has done in such a short career here. But this is the problem. I warned you about this.
Cora Jade has proven you can never count her out.
Cora Jade, all right, hats off to her. There's a lot to like about her. Of course, she's gutsy. She fears nobody, but her youth and inexperience will come to the fore at times. Of course, we saw her injured in the Women's War Games matchup, but somehow she came out of that and ended up winning the match for her team. We know she's good. It's the lack of experience that has always concerned me. Sometimes get emotional. And things are beginning to look a little bleak. Is this the nightmare you're talking about?
Cover, Rose retaining. Jade just able to get her right shoulder up.
Cora Jade starting to look like a mouse lost in a maze in that ring.
Well, Mandy Rose has done a nice job of keeping Kaylee Ray and Io Shirai at bay as she has kept this focus to what you said. You called Jade the weak link. Mandy Rose must have the same thought.
Well, this is, you know, Mandy Rose and I were very similar in our lines of thinking, like two peas in a pod, but surprisingly here, Cora Jade.
Cora Jade landing all on the line for her dream to become champion. Again, there's no countouts. And Kaylee Ray.
Oh, no. I warned you about this, Vic. I warned you about the inexperience factor. Here's when you're high, you take down Mandy Rose, you start celebrating too early.
Wait a minute, the genius of the sky.
Absolutely not. Pointing in our direction too. Oh, no! Catching her knees on our desk, as well as the neck area of Kaylee Ray.
All four of these women willing to destroy themselves to destroy the other, all for the honor, the right, the privilege to call themselves champion.
Well, Io Shirai got herself up. She's walking with a limp. I'm not surprised catching those ankles or knees on our desk in the process of that high-risk moonsault. The damage clearly done, though, to Kaylee Ray.
And here is Io Shirai, who has stood toe-to-toe with the likes of Sasha Banks, was in the main event last year of night one of Stand and Deliver. Can she come through one more time in the clutch?
Yeah, the pedigree of Io Shirai completely unquestioned here. Perhaps the most dominant women's champion in the history of NXT.
Oh, roll through, double stop!
And you know she wants that championship back in the worst way. Main evented Stand and Deliver 2021 night one.
Oh! Fake kick connects. Being the best is what drives Io Shirai every time she steps foot in an NXT ring, as now she has her tag team partner in her sights. Missile drop kick connects. Shirai now quickly into the cover. Hook of the leg, and there's Mandy Rose.
Brilliant.
Oh, trying to snake a victory like the weasel.
She's trying to stop her opponent winning the match.
She's trying to steal the win. Cover, count. Kaylee Ray kicks out.
By any means necessary, Vic Joseph, that is a sign of a smart competitor.
Oh, submission!
Oh, no.
Kaylee Ray trying to lock in. I don't know if Kaylee Ray fully has a submission locked in. Cora Jade, though, from behind is Io Shirai. Cover. Kick out is Mandy Rose going to tap out. Is Mandy Rose going to tap out? And on this side, Io Shirai looking for the Texas Cloverleaf.
Oh, no.
Cinched in real deep.
Who's going to tap first?
Is Mandy Rose going to tap? Is Cora Jade going to tap?
This is high risk for both Kaylee Ray and Io Shirai.
Shirai looking at Kaylee Ray for a moment. Kaylee Ray realizing she's cinching, she's squeezing. Mandy Rose is fading, and Cora Jade able to kick free.
How much damage has been done to our women's champion, Mandy Rose, clutching at her throat, damaged thorax. She might not be able to breathe properly.
This is all about the NXT Women's Championship here at Stand and Deliver in Dallas, WrestleMania Saturday, and it's Io Shirai who's back in control. Well, for just a moment, a split moment, is now Kaylee Ray turning things around.
She's so good, but then again, perhaps Mandy Rose is just a shade better, and now she's back where she wants to be.
Right back in there, here comes Cora Jade, and Jade finally getting some offense, and can Cora Jade now string together some momentum? Can she build momentum in this matchup? Are we about to witness the start of the reign of Cora Jade.
Cora Jade with some of that fluke momentum we've seen from her in the past.
Did you say fluke?
I'm saying fluke momentum. She was down, she was out, somehow back in it. But is the damage done to that left pin of Cora Jade?
Jade trying to block out the pain. And adrenaline will make you do some crazy things. And can Cora Jade be closing in on her first reign as NXT Women's Champion?
Mandy Rose does not want to lose that championship to anyone, but it would sting even worse if it was to Cora Jade of all people.
Cora Jade right back in. Look, Jade, we talked about building momentum in this matchup. Jade has done just that. She has weathered the early storm of all three superstars. Rose tried to answer back, but Jade, one step ahead of Kaylee Ray. Wait a minute, no. Oh! We said pulling out all the stops. Shirai, back to her feet. Oh, right to the small of the back. You see the pain on the face of Jade. And now, there's only two standing.
Genius of the Sky tasting victory.
Perfect drop kick.
Connection. Mandy Rose in complete disarray.
And it's Shirai in complete control. Shirai feeling the energy. Feeling the love from the NXT Universe here in Dallas. Oh,
what a
bridge. Cover, count. Kick out by Rose.
And you hear Io Shirai gasping for oxygen as she pulled that off. If that didn't put Mandy Rose away, I don't know what will.
You take another look. This is, unthinkable, unbelievable.
Canadian destroyer on the ring apron of all things. I think that is Kaylee Ray down and out for this matchup.
NXT Universe has been fired up since the start. Whoa, what is Mandy? We don't see Mandy Rose go to the top.
Yeah, you got to pull out something. Oh, Shote uppercut from Io Shirai. Mandy Rose made a grave error here.
Well, Shirai, on the other hand, is at home when she's high above the ring. What's on the mind of the genius of the Sky?
Top rope, I'm backing Io Shirai every single time against anybody, as much as I hate to admit it.
Oh! Shirai into the cover. Do we have a new champion? Cora Jade out of nowhere.
2.99 seconds. But fortunately for everybody in this match, with the exception of the genius of the Sky, Cora Jade once again coming out of nowhere to break that pin up.
NXT Stand and Deliver on WrestleMania Saturday. This a fatal four-way for the NXT Women's Championship. Mandy Rose just went for a ride. Io Shirai, as you mentioned, 2.99 because of Cora Jade. And Cora Jade right now, we talk about her inexperience. Well, she looked wise behind her years in that moment.
Raining a storm down upon the women's champion, Mandy Rose. For how much longer will we be able to say that?
Whoa, looking for some sliced bread. Jade now. Keep moving. Connects. Jade for the cover. New champion. Champion. Oh.
Thank you, Kaylee Ray. Wow, my heart just missed a beat. How must Mandy Rose be feeling right now? Cora Jade.
How's Kaylee Ray even moving?
Well, Cora Jade grew up idolizing the likes of Sasha, Bayley, and Charlotte. They carried the NXT championship with dignity.
Kaylee Ray, is she about to become the forever champion in NXT?
Refusing to make that pin, wanting to make no mistakes here.
Oh, Shirai!
What a mistake she made!
Crash and burn for Kaylee Ray. Shirai now. Trying to find a new gear. Jade's not moving. Moonsault connects. And Mandy Rose. Rose into the cover.
Gets in.
Here is your winner, and still the NXT Women's Champion, Mandy Rose.
Never in doubt. still, let's hear that again, still your NXT Women's Champion after a sublime performance. There are not enough superlatives in the dictionary to describe how good Mandy Rose was tonight.
Well, the closing moments of this matchup, Kaylee Ray just executed the KLR bomb. It was Io Shirai, presence of mind, wanted to become champion, once again hit a picture-perfect moonsault on Cora Jade. That split-second hesitation opened the door for Mandy Rose to retain the NXT Women's Championship.
Well, the goal was to destroy Toxic Attraction by removing that championship. Thankfully, they failed.
Mandy Rose is still the attraction in NXT.
Yes, she is.